The Entity. This story is by Human Mistake, 9845. You've heard the stories of people vanishing, homeless, runaways, sex workers. They're the forgotten ones, people no one would notice disappearing. The authorities rarely investigate. A missing persons report, if filed at all, gathers dust, and life moves on. But there's something else at play, something more sinister than neglect. They say it's the Entity. Unlike the faceless figures of urban myths, the Entity is no whisper in the dark or fleet in shadow. He's tall, unsettling, wearing a charcoal grey suit that seems to ripple in the shadows, melding into the darkness around him. His skin, or what remains of it, is pale, cracked porcelain, like an old, forgotten mannequin. His eyes are hollowed out black pits that leak an inky mist. Long, spindly fingers twitch at his sides, moving in erratic, unnatural motions. His legs are too long, like they've been stretched, and he hovers just above the ground, as though he doesn't need to walk. He's not searching for children to haunt playgrounds or scare suburban neighbourhoods. The Entity preys on those society has discarded. His victims are the forgotten, people who wander the streets at night, the runaway teens who flee abusive homes, the lonely, dark figures in alleys, women whose only warmth comes from the neon lights they stand under. They are invisible. They are the ones no one will miss. The stories say that he comes at the moment when a person realises that no one cares. In that instance of despair, when all hope fades, the Entity appears, drawn to their sorrows like a moth to a flame. He doesn't chase. He doesn't need to. His victims feel him before they see him. An overwhelming coldness wrapping around their chest, squeezing tighter with each breath. They turn, and there he is, waiting in the distance, impossibly still. If you run, you'll hear him. The faint echo of footsteps, despite his floating presence. The faster you move, the closer he gets. His presence distorts everything around you. Lights flicker, shadows grow longer, and the streets twist into endless corridors with no escape. You won't even notice when the world around you has changed, when the city disappears, leaving you in a place that shouldn't exist, a place no one can reach. And then he takes you. People have reported seeing the victims in their final moments, right before they disappear without a trace. They see them standing at the edge of an alley or walking down a dark, empty street, completely alone. They're staring into the distance. Their faces slack, like they're in a trance. Some have said that just before vanishing, the victim smiles, a hollow, broken expression, right before being swallowed by the dark. But the Entity doesn't just take them. He erases them. There are no records, photographs, no memories left behind. It's as if they never existed in the first place. People who once knew them grow confused, their memories fading, their names forgotten. Within days, even those closest to the victim can't recall their face. The only ones who remember anything are the people on the fringes of society, those who know how to look into the shadows and see what others ignore. Some say that the entity doesn't kill his victims. No, that would be mercy. He keeps them somewhere, a place that no one knows how to reach, trapped in an eternal limbo, existing in the edges of reality. Some swear they've heard whispers late at night, soft voices of people who should be gone, crying out for help. But they're beyond saving. Once the entity takes you, you're his forever. If you've ever been alone in a dark place, feeling unseen and forgotten, and you catch a glimpse of something moving at the edge of your vision, don't look, don't turn around, because if you see him, it's already too late. He's always watching, he's always waiting, and he's always hungry for the forgotten.